Hey guys, it's Stacy, and I am here to do a book tag, and that is the mid-year freak-out book tag. I know I'm a little late doing this, but we're still gonna do it. So I will leave everything down below about this tag, and we're just gonna get into it because I really want to go get food. So yeah. Question number 1 is the best book you've read so far in 2018, and mine is Queer There and Everywhere by Sarah Pradger. I've already talked about this book. I have a review on it. It's a nonfiction book about queer people in our history and in today's society, and I just love it so much. I've been talking about it a lot recently, but I love it and I want more people to read it because it's very, very underhyped. I've only seen like a few people read it on Goodreads and not even on Booktube, but I love this book so much, so this is my favorite. Question number 2 is best sequel you've read, and I'm gonna go with Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab. Oh boy, did I love this book. This is the sequel and conclusion to the Monsters of Verity duology. The first book is This Savage Song. I loved This Savage Song. I gave it 4.5 stars, but this I gave 5 stars. Like, holy shit. Like, Victoria Aveyard went hard with this book. She broke my heart so many times in this book, and I loved it. It was beautifully written. A lot of people don't like this conclusion, but I love it, and August is my baby. Question number 3 is new release you haven't read but want to, and I'm going to go with War Storm by Victoria Aveyard. I have it, just haven't read it yet, so that one. And The Darkest Legacy by Alexandra Bracken. I have an arc of it because McKinley sent me an arc. I love you, McKinley, so shout out to McKinley. I'll leave her channel down below. I freaking love her. She sent it to me for my birthday. And that was probably like the best birthday present I've ever gotten because I like kind of freaked out a little bit, and I was like, I screamed to my mom about it for like 10 minutes. Question number 4 is most anticipated read for the second half of the year, and mine is The Dark Days Deceit by Allison Goodman, and that is the 3rd and final book in the Lady Helen trilogy. The first book is The Dark Days Club. I had to look at it. The second book is The Dark Days Pact, but this is coming out in September. This is one of the best series I've ever read. It's one of my all-time favorites. It's up there with like the Chronicles of Nick and the Beautiful Creature series. It is up there for me. It is a historical fiction with, it's a urban fantasy historical fiction with demon hunting, so if you like the Infernal Devices, try it out because Lady Helen is a badass. The next question is biggest disappointment, and I'm going to go with The Sword of Destiny by Andrzej Sapkowski. I love the first book, which was The Last Wish, but then I read this one, and I kind of hated this book so much. Like, everything I loved about the first book was completely gone in this book. Gerald, our main character, who was very badass in the first book, was so wishy-washy and whiny in this book, and I hate Yennefer. Oh my god, I hate Yennefer so much. Ugh. I can make a whole video on why I hate Yennefer, but I'm not. This was a letdown. The next question is biggest surprise, and this one I'm currently reading and I'm loving it, and that is Lifelike by Jay Kristoff. I am currently reading it, but this is a sci-fi with like Mad Max and like fused with like Anastasia. Like, I love it a lot. And I am not a sci-fi person at all, but I am loving this quite a bit, and I don't want it to end, so, but it's great. I didn't think I was gonna love it this much, but I am, and right now it's like 5 out of 5 stars. I freaking love it. The next question is favorite new author, debut, or new to you, and I'm gonna go with Kara Marie Moning. She wrote the Fever series. I've only read the first 2 books, but I love them, and I love her writing style. She's really good at writing an amazing setting. Like, you feel like you're in Ireland every time you read those books. Next question is the newest fictional crush, and I'm gonna go with Bran from The Devil in the Deep by Julie Ann Walker. This is a romantic suspense novel. Even though I gave this book 3.5 out of 5 stars, Bran, I think about him all the time. He is like, you know, a big dude, a Navy SEAL, but he is like the kindest man I've ever read about. Like, normally guys like this in like romance books and stuff are kind of like assholes. Like, he's an asshole, but like, he's so kind and so sweet, and I think about him all the time. The next question is newest favorite character. I'm gonna go with Alice from Furthermore. These are middle grade books by Tahara Mafi, and I just love Alice. Alice lives in a world of color, and she is colorless, and she is just so amazing and adorable, and I love her, and She's spunky, she's sassy, she's quirky. I love her so much, and I love these books. They're so cute. The next question is book that made you cry, and I haven't like full on cried at a book this year, but I did tear up at the ending of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I did tear up at the end of that, because you know, if you've read it, you know the end of what happens with, it got to me a little bit, like hardcore. Cried just a smidge, so just a couple tears, but I haven't like full on cried while reading a book in a long time. The next question is a book that made you happy, and I'm going to go back to one of the other books I just mentioned, and that's Queer There and Everywhere. This book just brings me so much life and joy, and it is so amazing. Please read it. The next one is favorite film to book to film adaptation. Love Simon probably, but I also watched The Death Cure. I didn't really like the books, but Dylan O'Brien is A+. The next question is favorite video you've made so far this year, and I don't really have an answer for that because I like all the videos I make, or I wouldn't put them on the internet for people to watch, you know? So yeah, all of them. The next question is most beautiful book you've bought or received so far this year, and I'm gonna go with Furthermore and Witchwood by Tahara Mafi. Like, look at these beautiful books. They are so freaking gorgeous. I love these so much. And question number 15, the last question, is what books do you need to read so by the end of the year? The Song Rising by Samantha Shannon, Warstorm by Victoria Aveyard, just all of the books, but those are my two top ones I really want to read. So yeah, that is it for today's video, and I will see you in another one. Bye!